What if I told you that there's one secret skill that when you learn it would have your audience, an audience of ideal qualified clients, booking calls with you tomorrow? And not only that, they turn up holding their credit cards ready to pay you for the one thing that you love to do. Would you believe me, or would you call me a liar? Because that's the power of a good hook. In this video, I'm going to show you the psychology behind hooks and headlines, why most hooks are absolute shit, and my React framework, the 5 key ingredients that all your hooks and headlines need to contain. But first, let's put hooks into a real life scenario. Last year, I was at Dublin Airport and I was in a shop haggling over some Ray-Bans. Obviously, I wasn't listening to the announcements, but then I heard final call for Chris James, flight 124. I wasn't even paying attention, but now I'm grabbing my bags faster than a cokehead on a Friday evening. That message was personal, it was urgent and impossible to ignore. And that's exactly how a killer hook or headline works. Because a great hook doesn't just get someone to read the first line, it unlocks everything that comes after. Think about a YouTube video. As soon as you open YouTube, boom, 20 thumbnails hit you in the face, and your eyes lock on to the most exciting one. The visual hook grabs you first. Then you check the title of the video, the written hook. Does it match the thumbnail? Is it exciting? Then you click and watch the first 5 seconds, the video and the audio hook. And that decides whether you stay or whether you leave. If the hook fails at any stage, thumbnail, title, or intro, you never watch the video. And the same is true on LinkedIn. People cannot and will not ever get to your content, your offer, or your pitch if they don't make it past your hook. It doesn't just start the journey, it determines if the journey even happens, which is why you need to nail it. Let's break down exactly how to do it. Part 1, why most LinkedIn hooks are absolute shit. You've seen it scrolling through the feed and you're hit with hook after hook after hook and they all seem the same. They're either too vague, too obvious, or too robotic. 5 tips to improve your business. Wow, groundbreaking. Want more clients? Here's how. Yeah mate, so does everyone. Content is king and water is wet. People aren't just scrolling past this content, they are actively dodging it. But when you use a high impact hook, you stop the scroll, you hijack the curiosity and you pull them into your world. And when that happens, they have to keep reading. But what does a high impact hook actually look like? They trigger curiosity, they usually contain a bold statement, and they feel personal and specific too. Let's start with curiosity. Curiosity is an open loop. As humans, we hate unanswered questions. Once the brain spots them, it needs closure. And when it comes to bold statements, put it this way, no one's scrolling through LinkedIn looking for weak opinions. People stop when they see something that challenges them in some way. Something that makes them go, wait, what? No, it's not. Click. Now let's think about specificity, because bad hooks speak to everyone. But great hooks feel like a DM straight to your brain. They're direct. They call someone out. They say something relevant. What? How do you write these hooks? You use my framework. Every high impact hook out there contains one of these 5 ingredients. The acronym is REACT. Results, emotion, agitation, credibility, and time. Let's break them down. The R in React stands for results. And when I say results, I mean clear outcomes. Bonus points as well if those outcomes include numbers. Because people want to know what benefit they're going to get from consuming the content or the result they're going to get from it. Example, I landed 5 high ticket clients last month. Here's how. The E in React is for emotion. Emotion makes content relatable. It makes us feel something. And usually that's tapping into a pain or a desire that your audience have. Something they're frustrating with or something they want. Example, I used to spend hours writing content and nobody cared until I did this. The A in React stands for agitation. And no, this doesn't mean pissing people off. I'm not talking about being controversial here. I'm talking about either challenging beliefs or challenging audience behaviors and calling them out. What mistakes are they making? What bullshit are other experts in your industry spouting about all the time? As an example, I hate that all the big LinkedIn creators are in engagement pods, so I slag them off all the time. Now the C in React stands for credibility. Showing people something credible like social proof or authority or data. Could be results that you got for your clients, it could be the fact that you spoke on a big stage, or it could just be a massive achievement. Now the last element in React is time. And that means either injecting urgency or showcasing speed. Time is one of the biggest motivators for human behavior. So you want to showcase how they can do something or should do something fast, or the fact that you did something fast. Now this next part is going to turn your hooks up a notch. We're going to start to combine elements of the React framework here, because the best hooks pull together multiple elements. Last month I helped a freelancer land 5 clients in 10 days. Here's how we did it. Or you could combine emotion and agitation. I I wasted 2 years doing this wrong. Don't make the same mistake. You might chuck in a bold statement and social proof. Most LinkedIn advice is outdated. Here's what actually works based on 1 million+ views. Or one of my favorites, combining time and fear. If you don't fix this now, your XYZ will die in less than 6 months. So zooming back out, if you've ever wondered why your LinkedIn posts aren't getting any traction, your hook is probably the problem. Fix that first and the rest of your content is going to start getting more traction and views. Now go write some killer hooks. Or if you want to find out more about building a killer content strategy, you can watch this video here where I go into a lot more detail about it. But if you're watching on LinkedIn, there will be no video here. So head over to my featured section and go and check out my free LinkedIn training. It's banging, mate.